Hi everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. And for today, this is what we'll be modeling. We'll be modeling this binocular looking structure with Staad Pro V8i, and then we will do the analysis and everything here in Staad Pro. So we'll now proceed to Staad RCDC to complete the design and the detailing. So let's begin. Okay, so this is Staad Pro. So you come to new project as usual, speak space, and then let's give it a name. Let's give it binocular. That's the name of the structure. Then you proceed with next. So just let's go on. Okay, so this is the interface, but right now I'm just going to close this and create my own. So what I will do is you go to geometry, then you run the structure wizard. Okay, then you have different model. You pick the frame model. Then you can now pick this one, this circular beam. So I'm picking the circular beam. Just double click on it. Then the radius, I'm picking a radius of 50 meter. Pick a radius of 50 meters, and then I am dividing into 25 base. Okay, so dividing into 25 days, then you click on apply. So you can either use this, which is transfer model, this particular icon. Click it, then you, okay. So I'm dropping it at the origin, which is 0 on the x, 0 on the y, 0 on the z. So okay, so you can see it here. So we are good. So the next thing is go to structure wizard again, geometry, structure wizard, do the same thing, frame model, circular beam. Then the previous one was 50 meter, right? So I'm reducing by 15 meters. So let this be 35. Then number of base still 25. Then apply. Now instead of using the transfer model, you can as well use the close icon. You can click the close, then yes, okay. So you see you have the same result. All right, so let's do another one. Geometry, run structure wizard, frame model, circular beam. Then the previous one was 35, then 35 minus 15 again, that will give me 20. So 20, and then this 25. So apply, transfer model, yes, okay. So we have everything at the origin like this. Okay, so the next thing now will be to connect the nodes. So pick the beam and then just connect this to this, then this to this. Continue. Well, you can do it this way. Just select everything, then at the end of the day you will break everything up. Yeah, you should have it at the back of your mind that those nodes you are seeing, they represent column points. That's where we have the columns, so they represent the column points. Okay, so now that we are done with this, now what we are going to do is, if you look at this beam, you can see how straight, you can see it is long. You know, the points represent the column, while that's the beam. All right, so we are going to split this beam. So what you are going to do, you can just pick the geometry cursor, this last cursor, then you highlight everything, then you come to geometry. Look at this brick beam at selected nodes. So you have 24 new more beams created. So click on OK. So if you see this now, you see, okay, yeah, that is a beam. That's a beam. You can see everything has they've broken into pieces. So now what I want to do now is, let's measure from here to here. You can see this 15, this meter is this beam is 50 meter, also this, it is 50 meter. So we need to, break it at least. So let's break it into, if this is 50 meter, we can break it into 3, so that you can have at least 5 meter intervals. All right, so I'm going to select all of this. Just hit your control and then select all of this. I think even this, yeah. Okay, so now that we are done selecting it, you will come here, insert node. You can see this insert node. So click on insert node. So now I want to break it into 3. So if I want to break it into 3, definitely I have to introduce 2 nodes, which is 2 columns. So put 2, then click on OK. So if you see this now, you can see 1, 2, 3. So the interval between each of them now will be 5 meter. All right, 5 meter. You can see, so we have 5 meters. So that's good enough. At least having a beam of 5 meters is not bad compared to having a beam of 25 meters. That will be very difficult to pass. All right, So what about this? Do we need to break this as well? Let's check the distance. From here to here, we have about 12 meters. So we can break this into three as well. So we can, no, when we break this to three, we have about maybe 2 meters or something. You could have selected it earlier. You could have selected with the other one. We are breaking into three equally. So that means I have to insert two nodes to this one too. Okay, so instead of coming to insert node, you can as well right click, then you see the insert node option here. So we are inserting two. Okay, so that's good enough. Then what about the distance here? From here to here, that's 5 meters. That's not bad. Don't need to split anything. Then what about here? From here to here, that's 8 meters. We can split those into two. Let me select this ones. One. Just hit control then. So we are trying to, put columns at the required intervals, the required points. Okay, so we are putting one node at the midpoint, so you can just use midpoint instead of add endpoint. So use midpoint, so it's going to drop it at the center. We are good. All right. So after that, the next thing we can do is we can put the slab. So pick this, add four noded plates. Then in between here, just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you keep on going. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's slab. I'm applying the slab now. Alright. So at each node, the four corners of the slab, you keep putting it. I think, let's see, how many do I have more? Okay, I have just these points. Okay, so that's all. So now we have the slabs. You can see now we have the slabs at all corners. So we can also do the same thing for the inner one. So pick this for the inner. I'm starting here. If you like, you can pick yours from here to here to here to here. Then you could turn it, but that will be too much. You understand? I don't want to. I don't want to have it very little. Okay. So that's all. So you can select it now to see if there is any remnant. You can see. So we have it all. That's good. So what I'm going to do right now is, it is a binocular structure. Let's see the building again. You can see. So we are just done. We are just done drawing all this. So we have to have a replica of this at the other side here. So I think the distance from here to here, I want to make it 50 meter. From here to here, I want to make it 50 meter. So I'm going to have another one here. All right. So if that's the case, you go back to Staad Pro. So I'm going to select all the beams. So make sure you're on beam cursor. This is the beam cursor. Now we have several cursor. This is node cursor. This is beam cursor. This is the plate cursor. So pick the beam cursor. Select all the beams. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to mirror. You can do several things. You can mirror. You can copy. You can. All right. So I'm going to mirror now. So click on mirror. This is mirror. Click on mirror, and then here just insert 75. All right, because I'm trying to copy, so leave it on copy, don't put it on move. So I'm trying to copy so that we can have 50-meter distance. So click on OK. So now we have this. All right, now we have this. Let's see it in plan view. Plan view. Okay, so I'm going to connect them with beams. So connect this point, connect this point, and this point, and then you connect this point to this point, connect this point to this point. So that's going to be the boundary. So here, what we are going to do is, we know we've mirrored the beam, so let's mirror the slab too. So let's mirror the slab. So highlight all of the slabs. You can see it is different. This is the beam. This is the beam because when you pick this, what you're highlighting is the beam. When you pick this one, the third cursor, what you're highlighting is the slab. So we've copied the beam, which is this. So now I'm going to mirror the slab too. So after you highlight it, come back to mirror, then do the same thing. Now it's going to be on the same position. So that'll be 75, alright? So okay. So the slab is here too now. So let's see. You can see here we have slab too. Okay, so this is what we have. So right now I want to copy this upward. So you select all of the beam, make sure you're on beam cursor. You can see this beam cursor. So select all of this, hold control, and then select all of this too. No, this is not among. Alright, so you come to translational repeat this. So you know we are trying to copy it upward, so you have to make sure it is on Y. The number of steps, that's the number of times I want to copy it. You know, I want 21 floors, that's 20 stories. So you have to do it 21 times. And then distance, the spacing, I want it to be 3 meter. That is, for each story I want it to be 3 meter. So you're going to click on link step, so that whatsoever you copy, you know, I want to have this at the top, have another one in 21 places. So I want to connect them vertically, so I'm going to link them vertically. Okay, you can see now that we have them. So but you know, at the bottom I actually don't need beams at the bottom, because this is supposed to be like the foundation point, so I have to delete it. So the purpose of it being there is just to generate the one at the top. So you have to hit on delete, so that you delete all of those. So click on delete. So now they should go, but it is still deleting the beam. If you check down here, okay, so that's all. So I just copied the beams upward. So right now what I'm going to do is also copy the slabs upward. You understand? So pick the slab, which is the plate cursor. So I highlight all of them. You can see only the slab at the bottom have been highlighted. Don't get confused, that's the slab, not the beam. So you do the same thing, translational repeat, make sure it is on Y, then 21 times. Alright, and then that should be 3 meter again. You don't need to click on link step anymore, since it has been linked already. So click on OK, 21 times. Okay, you can see now that they are there. Okay, so I'm going to delete the slab at the bottom too, and definitely we don't need the slab there. It's just to generate the one at the top. Okay, so if I select all of this, you see those are all the slabs over there. You can see, so those are all the slabs over there. So that's good enough. So I'm going to change the view of this. Let me put it in plan view. Let me put it in plan view, and then you can see, so I have this now. Okay, so let me see the distance between this. This should be 50, because when I copy this I use 75. So this should be 50. Okay, that's about 53. Okay, the center should be 50, I think. Yeah, the center should be 50. Yeah, this is not 50 anymore, so the center should be 50. Okay, so that's good enough. So if this is 50, you know, 50 meter is a very long way, so I have to definitely break it with columns. So let me break it into 10. So that means I'll be introducing nine nodes. All right, so let's select them, select this, and then you select this. So click on this. So I'm going to, since I want to break into 10, I have to insert 9 nodes. So insert 9 nodes, then OK. Alright, you can see the nodes now. Okay, that's good enough. Click on save. Okay, so now you have to connect them. Yeah, definitely. So pick this is the beam. So connect this node to this node to this node. Connect this to this to this. Okay, we have one more to go. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to make this model as realistic as possible. So let's see the distance we have in between. So let's measure from here to here. What's this? And you can see we have 12 meters. We have 12 meters. What about this? We have 12 meters. That's too much. But what about this? That should be like 5 meters. I think 5 meters is not, 5.3 meters is not too bad. So this, let's split this into about, let's split into about 3. If you have 12 meters, if you split that by 3, that's like 4 meters. So that's not bad. Okay, So let's select all of them and then you insert two nodes in between so that we can split to 3. So select. Yeah, that's good. Then insert node, insert 2 nodes, 2, then OK. All right, okay. The nodes represent the column. All right. So we have that. So what we can do now is put the slab. All right. So put the slab. The same way we did that. We have to have a slab. This is the platform that is linking the two circular buildings. Okay. So now we have beams and then we have slabs. So that's good enough. So right now we are going to do the same thing. We are going to copy the beams upwards. So pick the beam cursor and then you select all the beams. Select all the beams. Then we are going to copy translational repeat in the y direction. But this case we won't be doing it in 21 times. We'll be doing it in 18 times. 18 times. So this is 3. Because if you look at the picture very well, you see that this portion is not as high as this. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 floors. So if all of this is 21, then we should divide. You should minus 3 from it. So I'm going to do this by 18. I think that's not confusing. So I'm going to replicate this in 3. So also you have to link step. You don't have column yet. You have to link the step. So yes, save, then OK. So now we are copying upward. Okay, so now we are done. We have to do the same thing for the slab as well. So definitely you have to pick the plate cursor. Then you select all of the slab we have in here. Okay, so y-axis, and then that's 18. The distance is 3. So since you've linked the step once, just click on OK and allow it to do its work. Oh, there was a mistake we did. We could have deleted the beam at the bottom. So let's see the view. So let's delete this slab. Let's delete this slab. We just use it to generate the one at the top, but we didn't do that for the beam. So what I'm going to do is, let's see it in the front view. So you pick the beam cursor, or you can just highlight the bottom view like this. Just highlight everything like this. You can see, so we only have the beam. All right, you can see all the beams have been selected. So you delete. Okay, so that's good enough. So now here we have the building. So you can see now here we have it. So now that we are done with the model, come to, just make sure you save at every necessary intervals. So come to general, then property. Now we're going to assign the property. So let's define the particular property for the column. So for the column, I want a rectangular section. So I want the column to be 300 by 300 each. 300 by 300. So click on add. I want the beam to be 450 by 300. So 0.4513. So that's good enough. Then also we need a slab. So for the slab, you won't click on define, you come to thickness. So click on thickness. So I want the slab to be 150 thick. So that's 0.15. Then you click on add. So now we've added all what we need. So for the plate, you can see this is the plate. So you have to select the plate cursor so that you can select all of the plates. So now I'm selecting all of the plates. So all of the plates have been selected, which is slab. So you use this assignment method, which is assign to selected plates. Click on assign. Yes. So automatically all of the plates will have that thickness of 150, and which is what? Concrete. Okay, that's good. So come to the top one, 0.3 by 0.3, which is, that's for the column. All right. So to do that, you come to select, then you say select beam parallel to the y-axis. Y-axis is vertical and all the columns are parallel to the y-axis. So now you can see I've used that method to select all the columns. So you click on assign to selected beam. Make sure it's on here, not here, but here. Then assign. Yes. So it will give that dimension of 0.3 by 0.3 to all the columns. Alright, so we've done for the slab, and now we've done for the columns too. So we need the beam now. Okay, so this is the dimension for the beam. This is the property I want for the beam. So you have to select everything. Then how do you do that? We have three elements. We have the beam, we have the column, we have the slab. So I've done for the column, I've done for the slab, just remaining the beams. So what you're going to do is you come to select, then you come to by missing attribute, missing property. It is only the beam that does not have a property right now. The slab has, the column has. So you are going to select the one that has missing property, and that's what? The beams. So that will give you an opportunity to select all the beams. So then make sure it's still on this, then click on assign. And yes. So it's going to assign to all the beams too. Okay. Okay, so now that was done. So you can now check it in the rendered view now. Let's see the 3D rendered view. Okay. Okay, you can see it now. So this is it. Okay. So this is how it looks like in the 3D rendered view. Alright. Okay. So this is the bottom, this is the side view, this is everything. So that's good enough. So let's close this. Now we have to put the support. So to put the support, put it in the front view so that we can see all this, something like this. Can zoom in a bit so you can see properly. So come to support, still on general, then supports. So you click on create, you create your supports. Everything I want it to be fixed. So click on add. So we have the fixed support. So now let's select all the bottom. Make sure you select just the bottom. So you can see I selected all the node at the bottom. Then you see assign to selected nodes. Click on that, assign. Yes. So now we are assigning the fixed support to all the column points under. So now you can see them. So let's see in the isometric view. Okay, so that's all. Yes. Okay, so now we are done. So this brings us to the end of the modeling, and then the next video will be uploaded soon. That we will have to do about the loading. We will load, and then we'll continue with the analysis.